Hi, my name is Ron Layman. I am from the Faux School in Frederick, Maryland, where I teach decorative painting workshops and complete commission projects for clients all around the world. Today, I'm going to show you a technique for Portoro marble. So let's get our tools, let's get our materials, and let's get started. It means it's got to be primed. So I primed it with 2 coats of Zinsser 123. It's an interior-exterior acrylic primer. Dries to a satin finish. You roll it down with 3/8" nap roller, sanding in between coats, and then I finished with 2 coats of Benjamin Moore's Regal in a satin finish. Rolled with a 3/8" nap roller, sanding in between coats. Now, the back, why do we use a satin finish paint for this? Flat, we see flat paint pretty much everywhere. It's in most all of our homes nowadays. Um, it's porous. It does not reflect light. So in certain environments, that flat paint is a more calming, soothing, relaxing type of finish. Whereas once you start getting into the sheens and it reflects light, it starts to feel cold. And it shows more imperfections in the surface, which means that your surface that you're working on has to be absolutely flawless. All right. Any imperfections, the satin finish paint will show it. That's like when you do gilding, gold leaf. We usually paint the walls with high gloss first. That way we can see all of our imperfections, and then we fix it all up and prep it, and then we do the gold leaf. So satin finish paint. We don't use set flat because it's too porous. It holds everything in place. We need things to move a little bit. Okay. Semi-gloss is too slick. It's like working on a piece of ice. Everything slides all over the place. It's much harder to control. Satin is like the sweet spot where you want it to be. All right. So Benjamin Moore's, this is tricorn black. We already talked about how we put it on, cleaned everything up, did all that. We're going to need a bunch of tools. So the first step of the process, we're going to do a background. So we're going to need a glazing brush to apply our glaze. That's this guy. Okay. This is, I'll put the description because there's different size brushes for different reasons. Small surface, small brush. Big surface, bigger brush. Medium surface. Okay. So we have, this is made from, this is hog hair. Very, very nice. So then we're going to need a sheet terre. It's a French, ooh, don't you drop it. French brush. Ooh, it's a rounded one. So we're going to use this to create some background. Ox hair. Very soft. All right. Then we're going to need our badger. For this one, I'm going to, you've seen this one a lot. You've in other videos. This is my typical badger that I use for wood graining and some other finishes. But today, because of this finish, I'm going to use my French stone badger. Okay. How pretty that is. And then we're going to use this little guy here. I don't think it has a name. It's just a brush. I'll look it up, put it in the comment or the description below. Okay. Okay. So then on top of that, we will need a natural wool sea sponge, a bucket of clean water, which we have, get a little spatula for mixing. A bunch of these little mixing cups are fantastic for doing marble finishes. And as this progresses, you'll understand why. Glaze. Today I'm using golden. Sheer glazing medium. It's very thin body material. And glaze is a transparent material, medium. Even though it looks milky, the container, it dries crystal clear. And that's what we want. So what glaze does is we tint glaze with pigment. For the background, we're going to be using a little bit of white, a little bit of yellow ochre, and a little bit of burnt sienna. Okay? Okay. Now the thing about pigment, this pigment is only really good to tint glazes with, nothing else. Why? Because it's not very strong. Meaning all universal pigments or colorants aren't the same. Some are very opaque. They're designed to be used in paints like Benjamin Moore. Their pigment system is designed to go with their paints. That's why their paints cover so well. They have a totally different pigment. For this situation, we don't want that because it's too opaque. So it's going to be too opaque, meaning it's solid in color. We don't want that. We want some depth. That's why you use glaze. The glaze, when it goes on, the thicker the glaze, the darker the color. The thinner the glaze, the lighter the color. So again, the thicker the glaze, more intense, the lighter, less intense. So these aren't like I wouldn't use these to tint paint, and I definitely would not use these to tint plaster because you're going to spend a ton of money getting this to make something bump, and it's not what it's designed to do. These are for glazes, marbling, wood graining, wall finishes. So I've taken a pinch of material here. So we have one with our glaze in it. Got a little yellow ochre right here. We're going to put a little bit of glaze in that. This is our burnt sienna. Put a little in here. And we need a little white. So we go here. All right, so now at this point, I take my natural sea sponge. It's in the water. I wring it out. What I'm going to do is wipe my surface a little bit. Because even though this paint is extremely good, it has great surface tension, meaning nothing's really going to absorb into it. Take a little bit of water, rubbing on the surface first, will hydrate the surface so that way if the paint's thirsty and trying to suck something in, drink in my water, don't drink in my glaze. So when you put your glaze on, you're going to run it top to bottom real fast. No more. See that? The 2 foot by 4 foot panel. Glaze is different. It's not like paint. Don't confuse them. It goes a long way. A gallon of glaze can cover up to 800 square feet per gallon on typical wall finish. See that? I'm not getting any more. Now I'm stretching it out left to right. So this helps even out my glaze. And you can feel it when you run the brush across it. You want to make sure that it's a nice, even consistency. And you'll feel it. You get a lot of glaze, the brush slides right through it. There's not much glaze, the brush will grab. Push off top to bottom. Okay. Now, water. Don't let it set. Don't let any of that material get hard. This one's not that expensive. I think it's like 40. It'll take care of it. It'll take care of you. Yeah, it's clean. Okay. Next step, we're going to do the sheet there. Pre-wet. Okay. Again, pre-wetting prevents all the material from going down inside, keeps it where we want it. So we're going to take a little bit of our white glaze mixture, white pigment with a little bit of glaze, just ever so little. Now, this is a neat brush. We're going to use it using a positive application. We're going to apply the glaze to it. So we're going to start creating these linear motion, ever so softly. We don't want a lot. So if you can see what I'm doing, as I tap the surface, tap, lift, twist, tap, lift, twist. Let's get a little more here. Never use paint, because paint's just too thick, it's too gummy, it's too opaque, it'll look silly. Too much, but we'll break it up, see? So I put a little pressure on it, I get different texture. heavier stuff down here so it blends. Barely touch it, I just get this stuff. That's what we want. Okay. Alright. I'm not even going to clean my brush. I want to get in my yellow oxide. I'm sorry, yellow ochre. This warms that background up a little bit. How much glaze this holds? It's okay to overlap. You gotta remember, it's overlap. Remember, this was mud at one point. This board was just mud. These colors were the sediment that was just drifting down through the water over millennia. And then it got compressed, and we'll show you how to compress all that here in just a minute and create that illusion. It's enough. Off to the next color. Let's get a little bit of our burnt sienna. Get your hand there. Ooh, I loaded way too much on. Sorry. Woohoo, heavens. Red sienna. Get your burnt sienna. It's from the iron oxide in the water, floating down over time. Where we get that color from? I'm gonna break some of this up now to wash you out. Just a little bit of water in here, a whole lot of work going, right? Spin it. Clean. Super clean. Don't bad your breath. Step one. See that? I mean, as the hair breaks off in the finish, don't panic. Not a big deal. I am not going to use any time lapse. I'm just going to let this happen in real time so you understand how long this takes. So the badger, Dome Badger is blending it together. I want it soft and cloudy. I don't want it busy. You know how much time I have? A lot of working time. It's kind of, you notice that the Badger, I'm doing it super fast, but I tap, pull, spin, tap, pull. Not twisting on the surface, actually happening in the air. Best thing is to get pictures, study this stuff. So my project I'm going to be doing is already has a piece in place. I've got photos of it to match, but a little bit of practice before I get down there. So just keep tapping away. You can leave this. So the more pressure, obviously, the more you're going to soften it out. The less pressure, a little more interest will be there. So some areas we're going to leave a little more interest. Not much, just a pinch. We don't want it too perfectly uniform, you know. It's the natural occurring material. So it's going to be different little spaces here and there. All right. We shall keep you handy. Get down here to this little chair. Now, next step. Isopropyl alcohol, 91%. Put it on my little flip. No pre-wetting. I want to load this, all right? NEXO. This is just isopropyl alcohol, rubbing alcohol. You load your brush, and hold it like so, okay? But what we don't want is big globs, see that? We want fine dust. Not too fine. But we don't want any drips because then they drip down and flick. Preload. You see what's happening here? See how that opening up, it's assisting the glaze. These two materials don't really like each other a whole lot. So when the alcohol hits it, when alcohol hits the glaze separates and creates these little organic patterns. Take a quick peek. I think I'm happy with this, that is. Not quite. Okay. Now rinse this in water. This is hog hair as well. It's tied. No pocket. This is all tied. See that? How pretty that is. Handmade. Now, back to the badger. We're just going to stipple it out again. Some of it 100%. We're not going to do like probably just, I don't know, about 85% area we're going to stipple out. Because when I stipple it, the glaze, it's still wet. Gets caught, so the glaze that's on my surface, and I know it's hard to see against a black background, but the glaze that I put on now gets, once tap the surface or pounce it, it pulls glaze off. Now there's glaze here. So when that alcohol hits the glaze and makes the glaze separate, it exposes a raw base coat. So now the glaze that's here will go into those little areas that have been exposed. It takes the glaze from the brush and puts it on that surface, creating a different effect. So it doesn't just have the open space now, we have a texture that we've created within the open space that the alcohol's created the open space, and we're going over it and we're creating a different texture on top of it, inside of it. And I'm not using a lot of pressure this time, so I'm tap, 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 tap. So I'm not actually softening material or moving it, I'm just trying to get that alcohol to play nice with my wet glaze. Finito. Okay, that's it. We'll let this dry 100%, come back, and I'll show you the next step in a little bit. Now, next step of the process is, of course, our glazing brush tools. Glazing brush. We're going to use a small veiner. We have a medium-sized veiner. We have a large veiner. And then we have our dome badger. Wow. Okay. So what we did now, I don't know why I say we. What I did next is I have clear glaze in a cup. We have some white glaze. Wait a minute. White pigment into the glaze in a cup. We have some burnt sienna, pigment, burnt sienna, and glaze. Then we have our yellow ochre, pigment with glaze in a cup. Somebody's going to say, what is the ratio? The ratio is this bottle right here. And when you open it, here's the ratio. 1, 2. 2 drips to a half cup of glaze. That's it. Sorry, it's not much more scientific than that, or it doesn't get much more scientific than that, because the thing about it is everybody's slightly different, just like the material is slightly different in the earth. It's just now what we're going to do is I'm only going to glaze a little bit. Let's say this is about a 30-foot column. And somebody's going to go, where would there be a 30-foot faux painted column in Portoro marble? So what it is your arm's heavy, right? So if you're going to sit here and try to do this, you're going to try to counterbalance. So the tip of this brush is holding all the weight in your arm. It's something as simple as this, or a basic little maul stick, but the maul stick just doesn't feel quite right today. It's not too bad. Yeah. Problem is I'm moving too much with my upper body today to like just deal with that guy. All right, so much. Come down. So down here, now you can see, watch this, we're gonna work, see the tips. Now, it's gonna stink because I have to block you, so you're gonna focus on this camera for a little bit. You work on the bristles, tips of the bristles, see this? Not like this, here. And as we're coming down, so we're holding the brush like this. And you hold the brush directly in like that. You can be real little like, oh, like that. And then, as we're coming down, smush it. Roll it. Come up here, say smush. Give it a little roll. Bounce. There you go. I'm going to do it the opposite direction now. Okay. See that white how it just popped in there like that? That one's okay. Rule number 1, don't overdo it. Because it's got a lot to go yet. We're going to take our badger. I got to do this right. Just soften it out ever so softly, like we're tickling the surface. What we're doing is erasing any sort of brush marks, and we're softening it out just like it was in nature. So right now it's a little harsh. Still very harsh. Remember, we have at least 2 more steps to go in this process. Soften all this yet. We're not anywhere. This is just getting in. Oh, our primary veins. We got a lot to do yet. Now let's have a, like, that's a little heavy. I'm gonna take this piece of rag. Just tap it, tap it, tap it. Break some of it up. It gives it some more organic look to it. Glazing brush and glaze. We're moving on. I'll do a giant column. See, now this is still soft. Watch it. Let's just go into it. Won't hurt it, but reactivate it. It's like, it's starting to get a little dry and a little fresh glaze got into it. It's okay. I'm trying to think where there's some other giant columns. I've seen a lot of them done. It's okay. Okay, now we're going to jump up to the big veiner. Pre-wet, please. Shake it off and let's get some color going. Too much. I need blended nice. So we're not trying to erase anything, we're just trying to soften it out. This needs a little rub up here. Drag and tap a little bit. That didn't taste very good. All right, let's come down here and give this a little love. That's the yellow ochre back in. Okay, glazing brush, glaze. Let's continue on. So it's going to put enough glaze to do a ribbon right here. And again, I could stop, let this dry for the next 2 or 3 days, come back and continue, and no one would know unless I told them. I'm going to get into the large veining brush for this piece. And I bring some red sienna into my yellow ochre. Too much. Too much. Medium veiner. Material on. Just go across it ever so softly. Tickle, tickle, tickle. Side to side, or down. Helps you can understand what I'm saying. Take that side to side. Now I want some of that burnt sienna. I want to see some burnt sienna coming into it, kind of like down this area. Kind of go around it a little bit. Go to the large one. Just look connected. I'm gonna let that sit. That's a lot of material. I'm gonna go more glaze. It's 2 hours. Oh. Nope, I don't want you there. It's too. I can see that one. Let's put you up here. I don't like it either. Not that I don't like it, I don't care for you right there. So I was gonna run out of material. I need too many more. It's getting a little. I don't want it too busy. Even though the Portoro, I was looking at some of the pictures, are so. The Pyrenees is crazy busy. It's a whole different level of busy. It's nuts. Yeah. Now, let's clean these up. Be right back. Okay, now mix up a little black glaze and dilute it at about 10% with some distilled water. And the brush for this, it's gonna be our double header, okay? Okay, so what we're gonna do, load it up, and every so often we're gonna come in. Sponge. gonna wash over these veins, not veins. What it does is just give it more of that layered effect that it's pushing it down. It's layers and layers and layers. We're working at tips of the brush. Don't lay it down. And we'll let that firm up. Let's take the badger up. I'm just going to keep doing this over the whole piece. And what it is, it's that jagged style of, it's not one of this. Well, it's not like this. It's not like super moving or just across. It's just a little motion, you know, it's something simple, but we're not getting into the background. Background already there. This is just a little bit of veins. Some of it's, again, that's everything being compressed over millions of years. Some here, some there, this and that. Well, you don't want to do too much, but it's not get study images of this material. Go to your local marble and see, have a couple slabs to look at. Just another layer. Alright, let's take our badger. Just side to side, down. Ooh, got a little white in there. Where'd that come from? It's cool. Little piece of calcite. That's all, just a little calcite got stuck in. Okay. this. Finished. So, okay, so now the next step. Little glaze Van Dyke brown inside of it for another thin wash. We're going to coat the whole surface with this. What this will do, and it's not too concerned about being really even, and the reason is we want some different areas that'll have a little bit more concentration of color than some of the other areas. So thicker the glaze, and spots a little different color intensity. All right, quick coat. That's all you need. We're going to take our 3-inch badger. I just want a bigger brush. Just working the tips of the bristles. What this does is it eliminates and erases any brush marks from the glaze brush. So soft, just like you're tickling the surface. All right, let this dry. We're going to come back and we'll do the next step of the process. See you in a bit. All right, now we're going to paint in some clouds. So what these clouds are, it's going to be a white glaze, very thin wash, very irregular in very certain areas. And what it is, it's the calcite that is recrystallized under the heat and pressure as this was being formed over the millions and millions of years. Okay, so just going to get a little brush, a little white glaze, and come look in here. We're going to work. So we have areas where we have a lot happening, not happening, but in the background. It's hard to see until we have the glaze on here. Let me show you a little water first. Should come to life for a minute, as it will do when we varnish it. So you can start to see all this happening in the background. So where there's a little bit less happening is we're going to put our clouds, because that's where they belong. Now, the brush, little rag, and the badger brush. All right. Put one in here. Don't go over the veins. They kind of just live around them. They're all different sizes and shapes, very irregular. Split out a little bit. I'll take my rag and just touch it. Very, very faint. This is a very, very strong characteristic of this marble. Here. Break it up. Isn't more of a natural look if you use like a rag or a sponge. You have to break it up. The badger brush just tickles the surface. Down here, we don't want them like straight across during rows. They're just more randomly all over the place. They just live here. Nice. Okay, a couple more. Make sure it's stick. Make sure that you don't want them too soft so you won't notice them, but you don't want them too strong that they're right in your face either. Here, good one. Put some of the edges back a little bit. These are not veins. They're just pockets of calcite that just rest here. Strong, break it up. Yeah. How it's much for this color right now. And after you finish, if you feel that it's too light, you can always come back and add another one, but I think you can do that. Take a step back. Look. Here. How do we look? Nose right in here. Okay, now let this set to our small veining brush. Mix up, get into our white glaze. And we're going to rework a couple of these just to punch them up and bring them back. That way it's got that beautiful layered look to it.
Just gonna grade over some that are already here. One. Get back. Punch this one up. Okay, now we're gonna let it dry, come back clear coated. I will see you in just a little bit. So there you have it, we're all finished. My name is Ronald Layman. I'm from the Faux School in Frederick, Maryland, where I teach decorative painting workshops and complete commission projects for clients all around the world. If you're interested in classes or commissioning me, you can find all the information looking in the comments section below the video. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.